Shana Tova, dear family of Solel, good morning. And is it on? Okay, good morning, Shana Tova. And just to clarify, I am indeed here with my mother, Joyce Block. I don't mean to make any news, so let's just put that to rest. And I'm very delighted that she is here to join us today and to join all of you at home. And thank you, Rabbi, for those very kind words. I actually did not know that you were going to be, did not realize that you were going to be talking about Georgetown Law School. Although, and I'm just to have everybody know, we did not coordinate this, but in thinking about my speech several weeks ago, Rabbi Plow suggested that maybe I consider say something about my profession. And as you now know, I am a lawyer. On my Rosh Hashanah speech a few days ago, I covered some fairly sober and serious matters. So today I thought I might start with a little lighter note, perhaps in contrast with what Rabbi Ploss just said about lawyers. So I thought I might share this story that was shared with me by someone who is not Jewish, someone who's Christian. It's not part of our tradition, I know, but we teach that we can learn from other faiths. So I hope on Yom Kippur, you'll forgive me. The story goes like this. Several years ago, a renowned lawyer who had been practicing many years dies. And he finds himself at the end of a very long queue outside the gates of heaven. And he can barely see St. Peter. Again, forgive me, Rabbi. He can barely see St. Peter outside the gates, sitting on a big chair in front of a big podium, looking through a very big book. And St. Peter every now and again will look down and see how the line is going. And at one point, he looks down and he sees the lawyer. And he looks very surprised. All of a sudden, he jumps down from the podium. He goes running down the line, gets to the man, breathless, gives him a big hug, pulls him out of line, and beckons him to come to the front. Well, another person in line asks another one of the angels what's going on, and the angel tells him something. Word starts to spread through the line, and people start to nod and smile and clap until there's a huge eruption of applause in the line. And as the man is walking up, he gets very embarrassed by all of this and stops and says, I have to ask St. Peter, why am I getting all this special attention? St. Peter stops, looks very concerned. He says, you are a lawyer, right? The man says, yes. Does this happen to all lawyers in heaven? St. Peter says, oh no, it's just you're the first one to ever get here. Now, that's an exaggeration, and again, not from our tradition, maybe only a slight exaggeration. In fact, there are some really great, fine, and decent lawyers, many of whom are members of this temple. And in truth, Rabbi, that is the reason that I became a lawyer, is because I wanted to do good in this world. I don't know if I would make any particular cut, but I do try to be a good person, and in particular, to be a positive representative of our people. And that has a lot to do with Solel. Some of you may recall in my first high holiday speech 2 years ago, where I explained how I was really a very unlikely temple president. How when I became a bar mitzvah on this very bima, almost 40 years ago to this day, becoming temple president was something that was really unimaginable. I admitted that back then my Hebrew wasn't very good. I'm not really a fan of Jewish food. I even confessed that as a youngster, I was perhaps overly self-conscious about our perceptions, among others, of Jewish culture. Our accents, the way some of us dress, the way some of us speak. I even wondered, perhaps if we conformed just a little more, perhaps we would not be hated and targeted as we have been throughout history. From the pogroms to the Inquisition to the Holocaust and the white supremacists, radical Islamists, and terrorist bombers in Israel, which continue to this day. What I came to learn, however, was that, as with the Nazis during the Holocaust, it does not matter how we dress, how we look, what contributions we make to science and medicine and vaccines and philanthropy and the arts that we make, or how mainstream we become. There will be those who hate us simply because we are Jews. And so now, as a proud Jew, proud of who we are and what we stand for, I realize that we must stand together. We must stand with other citizens of the world who cherish the values we cherish and ensure that the phrase "never again" truly means never again. And to that end, as the chosen people, we must all be good ambassadors and representatives to the world. And friends, that all starts here at our synagogue with our family, the family of Solel. Growing up here and learning in this temple and listening to the penetrating, inspiring words of Rabbi Frazen, and now those of Rabbi Plost, I developed a deep sense of what it means to be a Jew. And to me, it boils down to something quite simple. To be a good Jew is to be a good person. And that permeates what we do at Solel. You know the work Temple Solel does. It inspires people to help others in so many ways. Most recently, and sadly, Temple Solel has been a source of aid and comfort to many who were affected by COVID's scourge. Over our years, we have done so much. Some have cooked meals for others. Some have taught at religious school. Some are helping the disadvantaged in our community and serving as ambassadors to people of other faiths. Some of us work to save the environment and thus literally save the world. Temple Solel is a place of learning for kids and adults in classes and at services. It is a place where people, perhaps even you, have come to cry tears of joy or sadness. And it is a place where we will soon gather again, I promise you, for our 5th anniversary gala in March and for other joyful and educational occasions. There are some fundamental things that Solel represents. We must be kind and decent to each other as Jews. We must be kind and decent to everyone and to the planet. That's what Rabbi Frazen and Cantor Rosen were and are all about. That's what our amazing new rabbi, Rabbi Plost, is all about. And I am pretty sure you are all about that too. This is a special place. We are a special family. That is why 40 years later, I am still a member. And it is why I am just as excited about our future, a future with Rabbi Plost. It is why I agreed to become president. It is why I became a lifetime member. We have a wonderful clergy and staff and an incredible group of volunteers and board members that I could talk about for hours. But we cannot do it alone. We need your help to continue the special tradition of Solel. Temple Solel counts on people like you to provide support and charitable contributions. Members, non-members, former members, and others give because they believe Temple Solel needs to be there for them, their friends and families, and the community for now and for the future, just as it was in the past. Our expenditures have increased, and because of the pandemic, our revenues have been impacted too. Today, more than ever, we ask you to continue the high holiday tradition of supporting your synagogue. Your gift will make the temple stronger. You will be part of a giving and generous cadre of people. You will be continuing a long tradition of righteousness. You will be ensuring Temple Solel's success. To our former members who have spent time with us during these high holidays, welcome. We would love to have you back. We are even offering special arrangements in acknowledgement of our 50th anniversary and our new rabbi. To our existing members, if you have not already done so, please submit your annual contributions and consider becoming a progressive member to help subsidize those members and students who are financially unable. And of course, please remember, if you yourself are struggling, please contact us so that we can help. To donate or to become a member, you may contact us by calling the Temple office, returning your High Holiday Appeal cards, sending an email to info@templesolel.com, or visiting our website, templesolel.com. Please respond as generously as you can. The High Holy Day Appeal is our most important appeal of the year, and it is the appeal that determines our financial success of the year. Let's all show, in whatever way we can, what being a good Jew means. On this new year, may you be blessed with good health and prosperity. Shalom.